For the sake of this, we're going to ignore the fact that the Euphona Prime looks similar to the Piranha, whatever it's called, because I cannot remember where it was, but I read somewhere that it's like the Dakra Prime, and it's a standalone weapon. It doesn't have a normal variant, which is why it has so much damage to it. That is nuts. Actually, just out of curiosity before I go any further, how many... Wow, okay, this thing just became so much better. To be fair, maybe 2 former on this, and you have a hell of a weapon. You could go for 3 and have an amazing weapon, but just with 3 Vs in, this thing is going to be straight up insane to begin with. And I am hearing a lot of rumours that this is in fact a Mastery Rank 13 weapon, meaning it's going to be a pain to get a hold of. But considering it's only a 12-hour build, and it only needs 2 parts, 1 receiver and 1 barrel. It's the Axi B2 relic for the blueprint, the Axi E2 relic for the receiver, and the Meso N3 for the barrel. It's actually not that difficult to get a hold of this thing, because the relics themselves are actually the problem to get a hold of to get this. I just got lucky and joined the game with people who were dropping it while I was looking for Banshee parts, if I'm honest. This kind of came around completely by accident. This weapon has some pretty big downsides. If you cannot land that headshot, the normal fire mode is actually pretty bad, because as I can demonstrate on this horde of enemies coming towards me, I have slowed them down, but without landing the headshots, they don't die. I've actually taken an unranked weapon into the sortie. This was not a good idea at all. But it's not just that. The max ammo it actually holds is pretty low, though the damage it's doing, considering it's unranked, that's one-shotting everything. This is its standard fire mode. I'm going to have to run away before I die. Running away now. Anyway, not only does it have the single round mode there that was, well, it is ridiculously powerful. I can understand why this is a Mastery Rank 14 from using it. But it also has a secondary mode that does a lot less damage. Okay, running away a bit earlier this time. Nope, I actually made that. That's a surprise. That is a huge surprise. I should be dead right now. But the alternate fire mode is the shotgun side of it. If you can land the headshots, it's pretty effective, but it's not as powerful. Its range, as you can see, is non-existent. You need to get up close and personal with this. Then it becomes useful once again. So at range, the normal fire is great, but close range, the alternate fire, where it turns into a shotgun thing, is better. But the stats of the secondary fire, the alt fire, the shotgun, which is what this thing is kind of verified as being, a shotgun based weapon, it doesn't really say what those are. I'm hearing that it's status based, but being an alternate fire weapon makes it kind of a weird one to build for. And that slow, low ammo capacity is ridiculous. 40 rounds? I mean, I haven't ran out yet. I came close before, so it's not a total loss, but it was unexpected. Its fire mode aside, this was actually a weird weapon. The first time I put a build in this, I completely ignored barrel diffusion and lethal torrent, being barrel diffusion is just default multi-shot, lethal torrent being multi-shot and fire rate, and put pistol gambit and primed pistol gambit and primed target cracker into the 2 Vs that it came with, as well as Hornet Strike. I then formatted a dash for pummel, and I couldn't figure out what to do with it. And if I'm honest, it was actually about this point that I realised it had an alternate fire mode. Before that, I didn't know it did anything else because I didn't look into the weapon. So I decided to add a few other format. For its single shot mode, however, to be fair, hydraulic crosshairs and I think it's sharpened bullets work just as well as any multi-shot mod. I would try and keep lethal torrent on there, but to be fair, despite the fact the thing is unranked at the moment, at least for the footage I had of this, I would go for kind of this, because it doesn't do that much status anyway, so I added a little bit of corrosive onto it. And then just through hydraulic crosshairs, which increases the crit chance, kind of like primed pistol gambit does. Hydraulic crosshairs did exactly the same thing, but it was 135% crit chance while aiming for 9 seconds on a headshot. And shrapnel bullets, even though that footage had it as an unranked one, I do have the max ranked one in there. The max ranked one was on kill plus 75% crit damage while aiming for 9 seconds. So you land a headshot with this in its single fire round form, and you don't need multi-shot. If you are a great shot with it in its single mode, it is extremely powerful. Even in its secondary mode, it's great for crowd control. Depends on how you use it. To the build you run can be a bit problematic towards it, really can, because you don't want to run a single round build when you're using it as a shotgun. I still think I prefer the BRAC to this in its secondary form, but that just came down to the magazine limitations more than anything else. Just wasn't willing to sacrifice damage for extra magazines, to be honest. And the reload speed, though fairly slow, isn't as slow as the Lex Prime or the AC Lex Prime. The reload on those is much slower than this, so this kind of completely kills the Lex Prime, and comparing it to the Bronco Prime or the AC Bronco Prime is also kind of a waste of time, because in shotgun mode, though it's still more powerful, I still think I prefer the BRAC. I just wish the BRAC did more damage than it used to. It's okay as it sits, I just wish it was better than it once was. Or should I say it still is. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.